Dearly beloved, welcome to another episode of Seven Slot Society podcast, the off-road lifestyle podcast that absolutely nobody asked for. Today I'm with Jeremy Wilson, 8 Lug Productions, and we're going to talk some Jeep stuff and some Bronco stuff. But don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. The Bronco stuff's going to be good, I promise.
Hey, the
All
Bronco
right.
stuff's big.
Hey, man. I'm excited to talk about it. I love those things. So, for those people who might not know who you are, do you mind giving yourself a little 2-minute introduction?
Jeremy Wilson. I started a YouTube channel a couple years ago, 8 Lug Productions. Um, and that all stemmed from me doing a 1-ton swap on my Jeep. And then just a hobby type thing with the YouTube and the Jeep. And then here recently, we purchased the 2021 Bronco. And that's why I'm on here, because we have some bad news about this there Bronco.
Well, you're not on here just because you had the bad news.
Okay.
We want
Okay.
to talk about the other stuff, the good stuff too. But before we get into that, so how long have you been in off-roading as like a hobby?
Oh, let's see. I think I bought the Jeep in 2013.
Okay.
I'd always like quads and dirt bikes and stuff before that, some years behind before that. But the Jeep was 2013. I bought it, and 3 months later, come the lift and 35s, and you know, straight downhill after that.
Right, that's usually how it goes. So you were not in the Jeep stuff at all until 2013-ish, give or take.
Yeah. I bought a Jeep in 2000. I bought a TJ, brand new, right
Uh,
off the showroom floor. I took it down to the river bottoms, stock tires, stock everything, slid into a big mud hole, about didn't make it out. And then that was the extent with that one. Um, it was too expensive to do the lift and tires. And I
yeah.
was 18-year old. I bought a brand new vehicle. The Jeep was brand new. So then I couldn't afford to put the big stuff on it. It was much cheaper to go low. So I
Yeah.
traded it back in and got a car. So
Oh, so you were in like the
yeah,
tuner scene.
yeah, the whole Fast and Furious deal. I did
So
all that
you
too.
stepped your toes into Jeeps, decided that wasn't for you, and then went tuner, and now what was that? 13 years later, you went back to
Roughly,
Jeeps.
yeah. Yep, yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I did
what?
my into spoilers and stuff, but that didn't. Eventually, all my friends got out of that, so then I had nothing.
Yeah.
Had a neighbor that had one that was or Jeep that was pretty built, and it's one of those deals you see it every single day. It's like it starts picking at you. You got to get it.
Right. It's all you can think about.
Exactly, exactly.
So was that kind of the catalyst to get back into it
Yeah, I believe
with the
so.
2013? Yeah.
Yeah, I drove by this Jeep every single day, and it sat there and sat there and sat there at a Cadillac dealership, never
Uh-huh.
selling. So went in and made an offer, and they took it, and then snowball
Nice. So you said you were into dirt bikes and ATVs. Was that your first kind of quote off-road vehicle?
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Other than the Jeep, which like I said, I only had it I think for 3 months. In my one experience, I went out by myself, and if I'd have got stuck, I'd have been screwed.
Yeah.
So
I've been there.
never, yeah, didn't do that again. So, and other than bombing through a bean field or something like that, that was about the extent of it.
Yeah. You said bombing through a bean field?
Yeah,
Where are you
crop season
from?
was done. Indiana,
Indiana.
Midwest.
Why did I think Michigan? I had Michigan in my notes like a dummy. Dang it.
No, central Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. And bean fields? Like
Yeah, like a
what kind?
cornfield, a bean field. Just everything was cut
Oh,
with a
okay, I
flat
got you.
finish. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So now you're driving, you said a 2013 JKU, right?
It's a 2011. I
2011.
got it in 2013.
Okay. So what's the build sheet on that look like?
Oh man, Dana 60 front, 14-bolt rear, stock motor, PSC hydro assist, 39-inch BFC or BFG crawlers, Yukon lockouts, outer shafts, 513 Yukon gears.
Nice.
That's really about it. I got a fancy top that I really like that is no longer made anymore, and
Yeah.
um, I put dents and dings and everything else in my Jeep. But then when I snagged that top, I wanted to cry.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, nothing real extreme.
Nothing really extreme. It's a 1-ton swap and a JKU.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
extreme for
that's
most people.
well anymore. It's just common. If you're not doing an LS with 1 tons and 42s, you're getting left behind.
Well, it's common for the Instagram, but you got to remember there's tens of thousands of people that will never even upgrade the axle shafts in their stock axles. So
That's true.
you are among the few and the chosen. So how long did you have that Jeep before you decided, hey, I'm going to put axles under this Jeep that are not from this Jeep?
Let's see. I think it was 3 years ago. I did.
Okay.
So about 5 years.
Okay.
3
And
years ago. So what happened was I cracked my Dana 30. I cracked the housing, the tube. I'm
oh
sorry.
no shit.
So it had inner sleeves on it,
Uh-huh.
and they were plug welded. The inner sleeve cracked, or not the inner sleeve, the outer tube cracked where the sleeve was welded.
Right.
So that kind of pushed. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna put any more money into this Dana 30. I
Right.
bought a 60, installed it in the front, and then like 6 months later, I bought a 14 bolt to put in the rear. So it didn't run. I had it down for almost a year, essentially a year doing the swap.
That is not a long time. That is
No,
a damn good time. That's a NASCAR pit stop compared to me. Holy shit. I'm going on
I,
3 almost 4 years.
well, we were just talking earlier about the age of our children. My children are much older than yours, so they don't require the time that yours do.
That is a good point. Holy shit. Oh, okay. So what I know quite a few people that have done the 1-ton swaps in the JKUs, but most don't also do YouTube. So what made you decide like, oh, I also want to add YouTube into this very already complicated process?
So I wish I would have did YouTube when I did the swap. The swap come after, or
Ah,
the YouTube come after the swap. So it's like when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't have the content. The only thing I was
mhm,
like really doing content for was wheeling.
right.
So that's majority of my videos are just out wheeling, and then
Yeah.
I've thrown in some garage repairs on the fleet, but predominantly, I mean, I'm kind of done with the Jeep. I've got some coilovers in the garage, but shoulder
Oh,
surgery here about
really?
2 months ago. My plan was to do coilovers this winter,
Hmm.
and then I had to have rotator cuff surgery, so that nipped that. Um, so I'm hoping maybe March or so I can start working on that coilover install. I think it's 14 rear, 12-inch front, I believe is what they are.
Oh, you got both fronts and rears.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
So that was, and I can do the YouTube or I can put that on the channel. JKs are played out, really. I mean, everybody, I don't want to say everybody because there's millions of people on YouTube, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that have built JKs and have, recorded it for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Um, and then now, if you ain't got a JT, um, you're you're not going to be on the top of the list anymore. That's well, and that's why your big pages like the Light Bride and the Holly, and actually I don't think Holly's doing it, but I can't think of the rescue guy. I can't remember his name, but he just picked up a
JK
Bronco.
Gear and Gadgets got a fucking JT.
Well, I was going towards the whole Bronco thing.
Oh, the
Um,
Bronco.
yeah, so a lot of them are switching to the Bronco because that's the newest and greatest thing. That's what your searches are going to find. So,
It's true.
and we did that, but it's my wife's and she won't let me touch it.
So, transitioning to that, I just watched your most recent or one of your most recent updates, and you said she had a Chrysler 300
She did.
that she did not want to get rid of.
Correct.
So
Correct. We
how in the actual fuck did you get her to give up a car she loved for a first year vehicle?
my so I never imagined the issues. So the motor that we chose the 2.7 EcoBoost, and I never imagined that we would have, or not even say we would have. I never imagined that there would be an issue with the motor. It's
Right.
been like 5 years. It's been in the Ford fleet. Um, so I was like, all right, the motor should be solid. The
So hold
transmission
on,
should be.
pause. So that's not a new motor for the Bronco. That's a Ford motor that's been in production in other vehicles. I don't know shit about anything that's not Jeeps.
So the 2.7 EcoBoost, there was two options. You got the 2.3 and the 2.7. And I don't know all the details on it, but the 2.7 has been, excuse me, has been a an option on Ford for about 5 years now. They have them
Okay.
in the Ford Edges, the F-150s. Um, so it's been an option. So I thought we should be fine. Motors
Right.
have been good, transmissions have been fine. Um, so first year run didn't really scare me,
Yeah.
I guess. So, and we talked about the 300 as like, all right, if we could keep it, obviously our payment's going to be much higher
Yep.
because we won't have that money to put down. The car was paid off, so everything that we got for that car went straight to the value or to the overall cost of the Bronco.
Right.
Um, so, and we had a number in mind, and if they hit that number, we were all right. It's a go. Let's just go ahead and do it and trade it in, and we don't really need another vehicle at the house. We already have too many, as she would say.
Right. Too
So,
many.
I mean, I think I have three. Yeah, I have three myself, and then her and my son, and then we have an extra one that's supposed to go to my daughter eventually. But yeah, we
Yeah.
have too many
Yeah.
used car lots, as she would say.
So, what was the point of breakdown where she said, "Okay, fine, I'll get rid of this car that I absolutely love in exchange for getting this Bronco."
So for her, the first year run was never an issue. We never really put a whole lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
So I went to the dealer earlier in the week, so we got a notification that it was going to be um, that it was on the train or on the truck to be delivered. And I was off work earlier in the week, so I went down to the dealer and had them do an appraisal on the car, see what they'd give me. So when they told me what they would give me, and I told her about it, I was like, "Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to do it because we couldn't sell it. I don't think we could sell it outright and get that. But the market right now, you might be
Really?
able to." Yeah, they they what they gave us, they turned around and put on the lot for $6,000 more than what they gave us, which is kind of one of those
No
wrenching things.
shit.
Yep, yep. And then it was only on the lot for like a week, so I they might have got what they had or wanted for it. I mean, we got what we wanted for it, so it wasn't really
Yeah.
a loss for us. We had a number that we liked, and they gave us that number, so we took it.
Phew.
But yeah, hindsight, we really wish we wouldn't have taken it. And but I mean that's hindsight. So
So, was this like a special order Bronco, or was it kind of like just run of the mill? What options did you get?
so they're all special order, right? Um, so January or what was it, 2020, July 13th, 12, 13th is when they did opened up reservations.
Mhm.
We were a second day reservation because we were I showed her that night, and then the next day I put a reservation in for it. And then it was at that point it's a long wait. You just reserved a spot. You reserved, like, we wanted a two door, so we reserved a two door.
Right.
Um,
That was
January
that
20,
$100 reservation.
yes, yep. So January we went in and actually put in our order with the deposit, and then
Right.
that was when we really things got rolling. So no, we went with the Big Ben, which is a base model. It's a packaged out base model.
Okay.
So it didn't. We did what they call the mid package. It got, I think, an 8-inch radio, which I think they may all come with 8-inch radios. Um, LED headlights or LED lighting package, and shit. I think that was really about it. I mean, it wasn't packaged out hardly at all.
Right.
But we were content with it. She's not an off-roader, so we didn't do any lockers. We didn't do anything like that. It's going to be strictly a commuter for her.
Right.
One day down the road, maybe when she gets tired of it, then maybe
Yeah.
we'll go
Then
full
you
send.
then you can
But
start slapping long arms on it and 40s.
right. Right.
You're playing the long game. I appreciate that. You know how marriage works.
Yes. 1-ton swap, a solid axle swap front, and then
Yeah.
no. She kept the 300 for what, six, almost 7 years. So I've got a little bit of time before I get this one.
Yeah.
So, but
So
no, it was.
you got it, and from what I saw, your initial reactions, you guys loved it. Both of you loved it. It was peppy. It drove good. Everything was terrific. You didn't do anything to it. You just drove it.
And we put a set of 30, 33 and a halves, and they're not quite 34s. Wild Peak all terrains on it with some method wheels,
Yeah.
and that was it. But yeah, she just drove it. I mean, even putting the little bit bigger tires on there with the twin turbo, it's fun to drive. It's not a rocket.
Right.
For a box and coming from my Jeep, it's definitely a lot sportier than the Jeep is, and it rides.
It moves when you tell it to move.
Exactly. You don't have to stand on the pedal just to get it going.
And wait 4 seconds.
Yeah. Those big tires and heavy axles do weigh it down.
Yeah. So did you take it on any, in Indiana, do you guys rate trails by numbers or colors?
The only thing it did was I drove it off a ditch so a combine could pass us.
Oh, no shit.
And when I say she's not going to off-road it, she's not going to off-road it at all.
I believe
And
that.
we don't have a real trail system, rating system here. I mean, we're all private properties. Badlands is starting to try to get some rating, some color codings on their trails.
They don't have ratings at all? Because I know that's like a well-established park.
So the new owner has been trying to get some stuff going. They've had colored trails, but it's not been updated.
Right.
So, but that would be like for her, like we could take it out there. They have a lot of wide open areas, pea gravel, sand type of thing, where you're not like brushing in the trees and
right.
Bouncing off rocks. So you could get out there, throw a 2-wheel drive and rip some donuts and roost some stuff. But
scramble
that's
areas.
not what we want. Yes.
Yeah,
we want to put it in the rocks and in the trails and do the nice off-camber things.
Right.
Stuff like that.
How do you think that would have done at and I'm forgetting the name of the park, the video that I did with you?
So for the most part, it would have probably.
What was the name of it?
Thorns.
The park? Horns?
Thorns Recreational.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you think it would have done there?
I think it would have did good until you got to the kind of rock garden area. The nice, long wide hill that was a lot of rocks. I don't think it would have done that. Everything else it would have done fine.
What gear ratio is in it? You said there was no lockers.
I believe it's 373.
Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. You just need a little more wheel speed.
Yeah. I ran 373s in my Dana 30s for a few years until I finally upgraded to 513s, and it was just a night and day difference.
Oh yeah, for sure.
513. I was like, I don't even have to run at this anymore.
Right?
All wheel speed.
Yeah, my first TJ was 373s, and oh my god, I couldn't crawl for shit. Smoking the
I
clutch
feel
all
like
day.
yeah, I feel like even my 513s, my crawl ratio, which mine's a sport, so it doesn't have the lower transfer case.
Right.
Um, I feel like the crawl ratio is still not low enough. So
The only time I had an issue with it being too slow was that XJ that I had that had the 231 doubler in it. And when you put it in low, it just didn't matter what gear you were in, that bitch was not moving at all. And I think that was
yeah,
a little bit too low.
I've not had any experience in a vehicle that's had a lower transfer case, a lower gearing transfer case. I've never nothing like that. My I would like to get an Atlas, but
Yeah.
that's down the road.
I mean, they're super nice, but I've only ever used it in an East Coast application where low really doesn't lend itself to anything East Coast. I can see
Yep.
like Moab, Sand Hollow, it could be helpful, but it's too fucking sloppy. It could be the middle of summer and it hasn't rained for 2 weeks. It's still gonna be too low for East Coast shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I think sometimes I feel like I think maybe not so much the gearing that I'm thinking of, but the transfer case being able to unlock the front or lock the do your digs or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But I think the Rubicon transfer case may still be too low for some of what we're trying to do here
Yeah.
Midwest and East Coast, and I think
Yeah.
it's 410, something like that,
Okay.
4-1. I think I'm not. Don't quote me.
So you
I'm
mentioned
not.
Badlands and then Thornies.
Thorns.
Thorns. Sorry. Have you been to Roush? What other parks have you been to?
I've been to Roush.
Okay.
I went. I was out there for your last hurrah. Um,
That's right.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a really quick weekend. I wish we had been out there longer, but
That is a long
uh,
drive for a quick weekend, dude. Thank you.
well, and so Bobby and Dawn,
Yes.
we
Yep.
stayed with them out there. We
Okay.
went out a day early because we stopped in Hershey. So we did the chocolate tour and all that stuff.
That's a damn
They
good
drove
time,
straight
dude.
out. They drove straight out, wheeled on Saturday, and drove straight home on Sunday.
No
So that was a
shit. That I didn't know.
long one for them. Yeah.
That I didn't, because I
So
remember seeing them like so briefly.
it was a busy weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I've done, let's see, Windrock. So nothing major, right? I've done the local parks here around here. Um,
You said
Windrock.
Windrock? Windrock is major.
It's about 5 hours from the house.
Okay. That's not bad,
So,
dude.
and I did it early on. I think I was on 35s and Dana 30, and I drove it there.
Yeah.
So that was I think I was in maybe my second year of owning it. I took it to Windrock. So it's been a minute since I've been somewhere good.
Right. That makes me nervous just thinking about all the times that I drove my Jeep to a park and then beat the shit out of it and then drove it 4 hours home. Like, what were you thinking,
I,
dude?
yeah, I don't do that no more. That's what the truck and trailer is for. Um,
Exactly.
we're going to take a trip this summer. We're going to take the Jeep out to Colorado,
Nice.
northeast Colorado. So do some wheeling out there. Going to meet up with some guys. Uh, Hopefully it's a big group of guys, but if not, it is what it is. There's some pretty cool trails.
Yeah.
I'm a I'm afraid of heights.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so like your Uri or Uwari or whatever you call it
North
out there.
Carolina?
No, that's not what I'm thinking of then. Um, it's out in Colorado. Big Bear Pass is a Big Bear.
Okay.
So where you have the
The
1,000 foot
switchbacks.
cliffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't do those. So Northeast Colorado.
Really?
I'm afraid of heights, man. I, I'm a big weenie when it comes
Oh,
to
you
that.
gotta power through, dude. I think it's called Black Bear Pass. I'm pretty
Big Bear
sure.
Pass. That's it. That's it.
Dude, that's like once in a lifetime shit.
Oh, I'm sure it's gorgeous. I'm sure it's gorgeous, but I don't know if I could get past
Yeah, Black Bear
the
Pass.
sheer, the sheer cliff next to me.
Can you put some like little cardboard on your eyes like this?
Do the horse blinders? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Well, in your
It's just
defense, I have a very very dear friend who is scared of bridges, and we were driving to Delaware from Maryland, which requires you to drive across a bridge, and we had two Jeeps next to her. It's only two lanes across the bridge. We had her in the middle and then two Jeeps on the side of her so she couldn't look to the left or to the right
oh
driving
wow.
across the bridge. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, like power through, do it, dude.
So yeah, and it's like, the goal is to get out to Utah as well, right? To and then Hurricane, where you just
Yep.
got back from. Man,
Yep.
I would love to get out there. Did you ever figure out what it's called? Is it Hurricane or Hurricane?
I'm pretty sure it's hurricane.
Okay.
The locals refer to it as hurricane.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, watching videos out that place, everything looks great, man. But
Dude, it is
and,
so sick.
and I don't know, maybe the videos make it look a lot closer than what it is. Maybe there's more feet and not inches, because
Yeah.
some of these videos make it look like there's inches on the side of the tire for the clip.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get out your door. Like if you was to open your door, there'd be nowhere to stand. I can't do that.
So when I went to visit Chuck Converse in Denver in 2015, 2016, he took me, I can't remember the name of the trail, but he took me on some of those logging roads or those mining roads. And I was sitting passenger, he was driving, he was hugged up against the side of the wall, and I was sitting in the passenger seat like this, and it felt like it was inches. It wasn't. It was probably like
Yeah.
this much. And I'm just looking down like 13,000 feet down to the highway where the cars are this
Yep.
big. And I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, power through. You got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I will. Making this trip out in Colorado in May or July. Hopefully, we'll get up to some heights, and maybe that'll help. But it looks like from all the
Yeah,
trails that he was talking about, nothing is cliffy. You're more going up the side of the mountain, not going along the side of the mountain,
right.
and it's mountain, not sheer drop offs. So
Yeah, not shelf
we'll
roads.
see. Yes, yes.
I'm excited. What's the truck and the trailer you're pulling?
So the truck's a 2017 F250 Power Stroke.
Fancy guy.
Yeah, balling, right? Balling with major payments. So don't
What
get
kind?
too jealous. I'll
What
trade
kind of trailer you got?
you. I got a 20-foot gooseneck. It's a homemade deal that I've put some time and money into. I did have a
Nice.
whole bunch of videos that I recorded to do it, but it ended up being over like, I don't know, a 2 week period, and my everything was it was choppy, and I was like, I can't figure out how to put this together, so I never even did a series on it. I
I've
should
been
have.
there.
I should. I did a replace the springs. I went from a triaxle to a tandem. So welding on all new brackets. I went from the mobile home style hubs. I want to say they're called UB hubs. I don't think that's right, but it's the open center wheels
Right.
that you have to center the hub in. I got rid of those and went to just a regular 6 lug style hub. So I mean, I had good content. I just never put it out there. All completely rewired, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just easier to put your head down and do it than it is to. It's actually every time it's easier just to put your head down and do it and leave the cameras off.
Dude, you are
Turning the cameras
speaking
on
my
adds
fucking
so
language.
much. Turning the
Yeah.
cameras on, you do a much better job at changing your camera angles.
Well, even if
Me,
it's
I'll tell
one
you,
static
drive
camera angle, dude, still it adds another mental thing where you're
on.
like, okay, I can't focus on exactly what I'm doing right now because I know that someone is watching in air quotes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm right there with you,
Yeah,
dude, for sure.
there's some good ones out there that, man, they're switching cameras here and there, and I'm like, shit, I got a GoPro and I got a cell phone. That's it.
Right?
But I mean, it's done well enough for a couple of years.
Yeah. I don't know how people like Bleep and Jeep do it. I don't know how he gets anything done, like
Hmm.
ever. Multiple cameras, multiple camera angles. I don't know if he just has them all on tripods ready to go and he just moves them around and they're all recording all at the same time. I don't know how he
It's
fucking
recording
does it.
all of them and it just easily patches them in.
Yeah. Phew.
But
I am
he's been in
envious of
the
those
game a long
people.
time though.
A very long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd be curious to know when he started because I know he was doing videos when I got into it in like 2012 ish, I think. So
I'm trying to think what
I
I
feel like it's
I had
been
a
before
buddy.
that.
I had a buddy introduced me to his channel. Shit, it's been a long time ago, but he was doing Cherokee, a lot of Cherokee things. So it didn't really pertain to me, but
Yeah.
the lifestyle stuff that he was doing, like the winching and things like that, uh, I really needed that information starting out. So
Right.
I have to thank him a little bit for that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely learned a ton from him. Him and Cherokee Ronnie were like the two big channels that I was following back then. But deviating from that a little bit, let's talk about the big sad that is happening in your life right now. So,
uh,
what actually happened, dude, with the
so
Bronco?
I'm not entirely sure. We were on our way home from downtown. I don't know, 65, 70 mile an hour down the interstate.
Yep.
And the Bronco, so we're talking about the Bronco here, just so everybody knows. The
Yes.
Bronco, the brand new Bronco with only 2,000 miles on it, started shuddering. And then it stopped. And then it shuddered again. And after the first one, I kind of looked at my wife because she's in the passenger seat. And she looked at me like, yeah, I felt that. And then it happened again. And I was like, well, what the hell? And then on the dash, it popped up on the dash to put it in park to restart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, what the fuck?
This is while
So
you're moving at speed.
fast lane, 70 mile an hour, just cruising at speed. So we're probably 1,500 RPM maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, and it just said put it in park to restart. So I was like, huh. So I started merging over to the right shoulder and try to give it a little gas just to see, and there was nothing. So
Oh,
we get over,
wow.
and yeah, which 10 o'clock at night it wasn't busy. The interstate wasn't that busy, so it was not a big deal. Um, got it off the side of the interstate, and then put it in park. Tried to start it, and it just clicks. Like what the hell? So I started going through the settings. I'm like, all right, so it's something wrong with the battery. The battery with the Bronco turned off was reading 12 point something volts. I'm like, well, the battery's what it should be here.
Yeah.
Um, turned everything off, turned the radio off, turned the um, heater off, all that stuff. Tried to restart again, and it's a push button start, so it's kind of not very satisfying. You can't like turn it and try.
Right.
You
You
just flip
can't
it.
angrily turn it like start, motherfucker.
Exactly. I can sit here and push the button, but that don't do me any good. So yeah, it didn't start, wouldn't start. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Um, so she hopped on the phone on her Ford Pass app, which is nice. It's a good benefit. Um, just get a tow. Like, all right, we don't know what the fuck's going on here. That great, everything works except it won't start. So we have no clue. So we get on the app, talk, or and then it's like, all right, the tow truck is a couple hours out, if not tomorrow morning. I said, well, shit, that ain't gonna do us any good. I'm not gonna sit here, and I don't want to let this sit on the side of the interstate all night long. So
Right.
we called a local tow truck that we used to be friends with the owners, um, and I was talking with her. She's like, it's gonna be about an hour, hour and a half. I was like, well, it's better than what Ford's telling me.
Yeah.
So I had my credit card out. I had already read her the first four numbers of it, and my wife's like, hold on a second. Ford app's telling us the guy's like 10 minutes out.
Holy
I was like,
shit.
yeah, all right. So I told the lady, I was like, all right, thank you. If this doesn't work, I'll give you a call back.
Yeah.
So the Ford tow is included with the purchase, the warranty, all that stuff. So
Right.
yeah, the guy showed up like 10 minutes later. We put a jump pack on it. Nothing, wouldn't start. There was an oil smell under the hood, like a hot oil. No oil underneath the vehicle. Nothing looked out of sorts. On the rollback, it went, dropped it off at the dealership. And then the next day, so we got it dropped off around 11 p.m. We didn't get a call from the dealer until like 3:30 the following day.
Okay.
And they sent a tech out to hook his computer up to it and just run a diagnostics on it.
Right.
See what they could, because they couldn't get it to start either. So just run a diagnostics on it. And he was coming back with nothing. He's like, I can't figure out why it won't start. It's not telling me anything. It just won't start.
Wasn't giving him
Then
any codes, nothing.
nothing. No check engine.
No shit.
Um, and which that was another thing I'd noticed when it shut off on the side of the road. Nothing was out of sorts. No check engine lights. No nothing. Um, so then the guy told me, he's like, well, we close here like an hour. He says, I got it. My good tech, the guy that's better, will be in tomorrow morning, and I'll have him look at it first thing in the morning. And I don't know if you have the pictures of the damage that the good tech had found. It is on my YouTube video, so you have
I
to
saw
maybe
the
post a link
spark
to that
plug
first one.
picture.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't gotten any more pictures since then. But so you have the spark plug picture he sent me that's just beat to hell.
Yeah.
And then they have a scope camera of the what I'm assuming, and everybody I've showed the picture to, is a missing piston, like the top of the piston.
Is
So you're looking at
missing.
the wrist pin. You're looking at the wrist pin underneath what the dome of the piston would be.
Yeah.
It's like the valve dropped in there and just took out the top of the piston.
Holy shit.
So yes, so we believe it dropped a valve. So they found this on a Friday, um, and so immediately they started a claim with Ford.
Yeah.
But with it being Friday and late in the afternoon, they didn't hear anything back from Ford until Monday. So I guess the procedure is something about they do the diagnostics, they dig in, they find an issue, they submit it to Ford. Ford comes back and says, yeah, go ahead, dig deeper, find the root cause or something along those lines. And then that
Right.
gets the ball rolling. So, yeah, 2000, I believe it was 12 miles. It just shut off on us. And that was on December 8th. We're on December 29th right now.
Yeah.
And we are, last I had heard, they told me some of the back ordered parts aren't due in until middle of February.
That's insane.
Yeah. So we ordered the Bronco in January. It was supposed to be built in July. It got postponed again until August, and then September. And then they finally was like, all right, we're going to build this thing in October. So we ordered it in January. It got built at the end of October. So I think we were 9 months waiting.
Oof.
We received the Bronco on November 5th and then December 8th. So we had it for just over a month. It blew up.
Oh, dude, that is so disappointing, dude.
It is. And, I work in manufacturing. So I'm like, all right, yeah, QC slipped. They had a bad part get past quality control.
Right.
And shit happens, right? There's a
Yeah.
warranty for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's not just Ford. Everybody, all manufacturers screw up. It's
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
this Bronco is so hyped up
Right?
that
You were
any
waiting for
little
so
screw up,
long.
yes, any little screw up, it just gets blown up on the internet.
Right.
But yeah, we went 9 months. We drove it for a month. And at this rate, we're looking at another 3 months before we can get it back.
Ah, dude, that is tough. That is so
And
tough.
it is. And what's so I went to, I posted on my Facebook, and I think I posted it on my YouTube. And then I had some people commenting like, this is a common thing. I was like, I thought I had heard something about it. So I went looking and I couldn't
Dropping
find it.
valves is a common thing.
Well, I don't want to say it's a common thing, right? It's a known thing. It's been known to happen.
It's something that's happened to more than one person.
Correct. So I
Okay.
went looking for it, and I was on Bronco Nation. I'm subscribed to Bronco Nation,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess they're kind of in bed with Ford. They're kind
Okay.
of have a partnership.
So
So,
they get the insider information.
well, I feel like they don't blast Ford. So if you go in there and you put this big thing
They're
on there that
sponsored,
Ford
so
did
they don't give
this,
all the information.
yes, yes.
Boo!
So then I had multiple people's like, all right, go look at Bronco 6G. Here's a link. And yeah, all the blown up ones are on the Bronco 6G. There's a thread on there that I think there's probably 7 or 8 Broncos on that thread now that have all blown an engine, dropped a valve with less than 3,000 miles on.
No shit.
Yeah. So they're
You're
trying to play.
unfortunately in the cool club.
Yeah, yeah. The ultra cool club.
Right? That's not the cool club you want to be in.
No. And what sucks is, all right, so our Bronco got built in October, but because we had an early July, August build date, they built our motor in August,
Right.
which all the data that these guys are pulling is the engine build date had an August build. So something happened in August.
Oh, interesting.
It seems like. Yeah. So the company that built the 2.7s, or the plant that built the 2.7s, um, they had a quality control slip, it sounds like.
No
So
shit.
if
I mean, I guess that's
they
good
would
to
have given
know.
us, if they'd have given us it's great numbers to have. If they would have given us a motor built in October, we might not be in this situation.
Right.
But yeah, all the numbers are pointing towards something happening in August, at the supplier defect or something along those lines. So,
Right.
and who knows? We're a statistic now. That may help Ford. May help Ford in the long run,
Right. It doesn't help you
because
right
not
now,
a
though.
good statistic. No, not at all. Not at all.
Ah, that fucking
Especially since
blows,
we're
dude.
driving. The dealership has been. I mean, it's nothing on the dealership. They had zero part of this except saying, "Here, give me your money."
Right.
Um, they've given us a loaner. She's got a 2018 Ford Explorer that's equipped fairly nicely,
Yeah.
um, but it's not. It's one of those things. It's not the Bronco.
It's
The
not a
Bronco is.
Bronco.
There's so few on the road, which is kind of nice, right? So there's so
Dude,
few
so
on the road
few.
that when you drive it, it gets everybody's attention.
I can
So
probably count on one hand the number of Broncos, not Bronco Sports, that I've seen on the road here in Virginia.
yeah,
So few.
it's I'm part of a couple Bronco groups. Indiana Broncos is one of them, I believe it's called, or Broncos Indiana, or Indiana Broncos. But it seems like there's so many people on this in this group in Central Indiana, but you still only see a couple. So
Because they're still waiting.
yes, so we were actually coming home. We were into the store tonight, and we were merging or hitting the on ramp. And as we're coming on the on ramp, I seen on the back of a trailer. I was like, there goes a Bronco. And I mean, it's a ways down the road. Because there goes a Bronco. She's like, how you know? It's like, well, it's either a Bronco or Land Rover. But I'm pretty sure it's Bronco. And just because I've trained my eye, I guess, I don't know.
Right.
But 80 plus mile an hour down the interstate, try to catch up with this damn trailer because it was on the back of some truck's trailer.
Yeah.
And yeah, 4-door white Bronco. Looked like it might have had the Sasquatch package on it. Was nice. It's just a good looking vehicle. It grabs so much attention, and it's just they're so distinguishable. Like when you see it, you know
Yeah. Yeah.
it. And so it. And the thing is, I don't even get to drive it. Like it's her car. So Monday through Friday, she's commuting back and forth to work and to the gym and stuff like that. And she's the
Right.
one that's getting the big smiles and the old guys giving the thumbs up. And
Right.
so for me, like I've always gotten that attention with the Jeep just because it's big, right?
Right.
Um, and there's a meme floating around here lately that's like the little kid, waving to the little kid that's waving to you or something like that, and, because of what you're driving. I'm butchering it all up, but it's because I used to be that little kid when I seen one of those nice cars or something like that. So yeah, when a little kid does it now, it's like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Now she's getting to experience that a little bit with the Bronco, and it just got rug pulled right out from underneath your feet.
Right. Just as you were starting to enjoy it.
Yep, yep. It's
It's-
just starting to claim it as our own. It's 2,000 miles is. But with this happening, you would get more and more people that are like, well, this happened to my dad, and she was just telling me on the way home tonight that a coworker of hers father purchased the new C8 Corvette,
uh-huh.
and they have a package where you go to Kentucky, you pick it up from the factory or some shit like that, and then you can drive it home. It didn't even make it home. It blew
Really?
up on its way home. Yeah, so
Oh
it's
shit.
it's every manufacturer. Everybody screws up. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to keep a
there's
level
onesie
head and be,
twosies.
yeah, I'm trying to be positive about the whole thing.
Right.
It still puts you in a little funk every once in a while.
Yeah, it still sucks. You waited so long for a vehicle that everyone has been waiting so long for, and you
Yeah,
only get to play with it for like 3 months. Not even.
not even, not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play for a month, and that was another thing. It's like, yes, we got our lottery ticket, right? We finally get it. We've been waiting for so long. There's so many people who've been waiting for so long. We finally get it,
Right.
and it's gone. So like every post that I see somebody, I'll like, yeah, it'd be nice to have mine back after it blew its motor, and I'm just jabbing.
You're
You
right.
know,
Yeah, and it's not
you
even
gotta.
like you did like crazy mods to it and you were like beating the shit out of it. Like you
Right.
put some tires on it, which everyone does to every off-road vehicle off the lot anyway.
Hmm.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, I mean, no programming. We were running. I think we were running eco mode.
Yeah.
So normal mode, eco mode. Wasn't even in sport. Um,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't get it. It it happens.
Yeah, that's a big
So
bummer. But I will tell you one thing. The video that you put out after you get the Bronco back saying, "We waited 6 months to get our brand new Bronco back," I guarantee you is going to get you 5,000, 10,000 views. So
well, I
keep your
think
eye on
I
the
think.
prize.
Well, how about this? A buddy of mine sent me a link to CarMax is giving like 15 grand over. So my video after we get it back, maybe driving it to CarMax and getting an appraisal on it. So
Holy
we're
shit.
we're I started looking into the lemon laws. I was like, what the hell?
Uh,
All right. So a lemon law on a brand new vehicle, it has to be at the dealer in the shop for 3 months,
yeah.
which I thought was kind of odd, but it is what it is. And we're gonna push
But
it
I
to that
feel
three
like that's
months.
so, not to interrupt, but that's so arbitrary. Like they can just
Mm-hmm.
not touch it for 3 months.
Right, right. I mean, with the back order, everything, it's easily going to hit 3 months. I think it'll
Uh,
easily hit 3 months.
yeah. I mean, you said they're not going to have
So
motor parts in until February?
yeah, middle of February. So even February 8th is no, February is 2 months. So December, January, no, February 8th would be 3 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a
Plus
real
the
good
time of
possibility
them
that might
not touching it because they're not getting paid. It's going
be.
to be three
Mm-hmm.
months easy.
Right now, it's sitting out in their back lot. So, which pisses her off, I think, more than anything. She's like, "Why the hell's my baby out in the back lot? People
Right.
put baby in the
Right. Yeah. She doesn't understand how it goes.
corner." Yeah. But I was like, all right, so we could just do the lemon law, make Ford give us our money back, and then we can go buy whatever. Or we can wait, ride it out, get the Bronco back, and then just try to sell it or just keep it. I mean, I'm assuming keeping it, we should have much better luck with the motor. You know, the one in 100,000 can't hit
Right.
twice, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it could, shouldn't. Um, because we both love the Bronco. It's great. It's comfortable. It's a good looking vehicle.
Yeah.
Uh, but we also have plan B and C and D ready to go. So if something happens, you know,
Right.
it's we're ready for it. So
Yeah. Shit, well, I'm jealous of you. If I was in a position like we were talking about earlier, like if you want to kick off your YouTube, get a brand new fucking vehicle that people have been waiting 20, 30 years for, a revamp of an old classic.
yep. And that was like, man. So when we ordered, I was like, yes, I'm warming up here. We're going to get it early on,
Yep.
and I'll get the YouTube videos out before other people. And then they're like, all right, yeah,
You
we're
could smell
postponing
that
your build
money.
for another month. Yeah, yeah, I got a long ways to go, and um, a long ways to go. But yeah, I was like, man, maybe this will get me to the point where I can start making money, the
Yeah.
dollars, the couple dollars or whatever per
Right.
video. Um, but then, yeah, July got postponed to August, got postponed again. I'm like, all right,
Oh
I'm
my
seeing all these
God.
people, all these YouTube channels coming up, and then she put the brakes to it anyways. The only thing I was allowed to do was the wheels and tires, no lift kits, none of that
Fair
crazy stuff.
enough. It's her car. Fair enough.
It is, it is,
I
but
see I see both
so
sides of that shit.
I can do some rock sliders as soon as somebody. So if any of you manufacturers or fabricators out there have a Bronco, get some fucking two-door rock sliders made because nobody has them right now. I'm not a
Really?
fabricator, so I can't do that. Yeah, I can't find any good sets.
No
So
shit.
Floral
Interesting.
Parts has got a decent catalog. Um, but it's just like with the JKs, everybody buys the four doors. With
Yep.
the Broncos, a lot of people are buying the four doors. They got families,
Yeah.
so we said, "Screw the kids. You guys can climb in the back through the front." So we
Right?
got a two door because it just looks better.
Hell yeah. Well, you said you got
My
older
kids
ones,
are
so
old.
they'll be out of here soon enough.
That's right. The oldest one can drive himself, and the other one will be driving this coming summer. So
Exactly. Yeah,
if you
you
guys want
guys
to
are
do the
that two-door
generation,
life.
drive yourselves. Yes, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Well, man, that's like fucking lightning striking in your front yard, dude. It's just
It is.
so
It's
random.
the whole "why me? Woe is me? Why me? Why
Right?
me?"
Exactly. Woe is
Why
me.
couldn't it be the neighbor? Couldn't it be the guy down the street? And really though, because you think about it, you're always like, man, that sucks for that guy. I'm glad it didn't happen to me. Well, this time it finally happened to me, and I was like, dude, this sucks.
Oh, I'm laughing, but dude, I would be so tight. I would be so tight because legitimately, I'm like a diehard Jeep guy, diehard Jeep nerd, Jeep all the way. But when I first saw the Bronco Sports come out, I was like, okay, that's what they're
Yeah,
bringing. That's what they're bringing. I was like, okay, pass, hard pass, no thank you. That's dumb. That's gonna go terrible. And then someone on Instagram messaged me like, that's not the real Bronco, right? I was like, no, I had no idea. And then I saw the actual Broncos come out and I was like, oh shit, I really
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I seen a video yesterday. It was a channel that was like bashing Ford about the Bronco, about the way they released it. But the Bronco's awesome, but the way they released it, everything was terrible. And the
Yeah.
guy that he was interviewing, talking to him about his Bronco, he's like, "Yeah, I pulled up to a stoplight next to a guy in a Bronco Sport, and the guy's like, roll your window down." And the guy in a Bronco Sport was like, "What is that thing?" He's like, "This is the Bronco." He's like, "I thought this was the Bronco."
Holy
So he
shit.
bought the Sport thinking he was getting the Bronco. And it's like, yeah, dude, you screwed up.
Oh
But yeah,
Jesus.
everybody's like, oh yeah, I seen the Bronco. I seen the Bronco. I seen it just the other day driving down the road. No, no,
Yeah.
you did not. How do you know? Because they haven't
No.
even released it yet. It hadn't even, so they didn't even start production until I think it was July.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, yeah, I seen one. I seen one. It's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. I swear I did. You seen a Bronco Sport.
Yeah.
So
I think I've
I
seen
corrects
maybe two or
everybody.
three.
Yeah, I've been that guy that corrects everybody just because I'm the one that has the Bronco now or
Right.
had one on order. Like, you're not going to bash the vehicle I'm just going to spend good money on.
Right.
Yeah, here I am now bashing the vehicle I spent good money on. But
Oh, it's such a fucking
and
bummer, dude.
so many Ford haters out there. Like, I told you shouldn't have bought a Ford. I told you you shouldn't have bought a Ford. Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking hate that shit, dude.
I was like, I got a Ford, another Ford out in the driveway that is great. That thing's great.
Yeah.
So, we went to Gatlinburg. We took the Jeep to Gatlinburg over this back. What the hell is it called? Smoky Mountain Jeep Convention,
Good show. Good show.
and it is. We had a really good time. That truck pulling my Jeep on the gooseneck would pull the hills better than what my Jeep pulled the hills by itself.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, that Jeep's trash going up hills. Trash. But
Oh
yeah,
my
that truck,
god.
10,000 pounds behind it, pulls the hills better than what the Jeep does itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, my Ford will outwork your Ford and outwork your little car any day.
Yeah.
I just happen to buy a living.
Yeah, I can't get over the fucking the brand loyalists. And while at the same time I'm like a Jeep brand loyalist, but I know that they're trash. Like their
Yeah.
quality control is not super great. They ride like shit stock. Oh my god, dude, for hammers last year I got a stock JKU that had like 30,000 miles on it. That thing rode like a bag of dicks. It 30,000 miles, dude, completely stock bag of dicks. It was
Well, it's
bad.
a rental though. Party like it's a rental, isn't
Oh,
that kind of how they
I
say it?
I guarantee you, if I had taken the tire off and checked the ball joints, they would have been like,
But what about
fucking
that JL you just took out at Hurricane?
dude, holy fucking shit. So I've always had old Jeeps, like I've never been on the forefront of the new Jeeps. That Jeep was so fucking nice. So nice. It crawled for what we did, it crawled amazing. The ability to like roll the windows up and turn the AC on when it was hot and dusty outside, that is completely foreign to me, dude. That is not something I'm familiar with.
Oh,
Like
really?
we
Really?
have no doors and no top, and you just fucking tough it out or you stay at camp. Like that's the
So
options.
that is definitely the one thing I love about my JK is
Yeah.
air conditioning will freeze you out. Like when I first got into it, I was like, oh yeah, doors off, top off, sun just beat down on you.
Yep.
First couple of times you're out there, you're like, fuck, screw this, because then you got the old guy that
Murder.
he's got the doors on, the windows up, top on. He's just chilling because he's sitting in the air conditioning enjoying it.
He's no
So
fucking
now it's
dummy.
no, no. So now I have always have my top on or sunshade on. Um, you know, I got a little bare spot on top of my head there that likes to burn. Yep, exactly. So I keep my sunshade on. That air conditioner stays on. I don't want to say that's one of the main reasons why I haven't done an LS swap yet,
Yeah.
but I can't afford to do like I want to be able to do. I would love to be able to do the standalone and just do the LS, but then I lose so much on the Jeep, like the air conditioning and things like that. I don't want to lose air conditioning. I don't want to lose cruise control.
Yeah.
All the nice amenities. I don't want to lose that stuff. So
Yeah. Well, for a Jeep that you actually drive, like, on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m., you're cruising down the highway, you want cruise control. Like
mm-hmm.
that I can understand not wanting to do it. With my application, it's like, it's so different. That thing will never see. If I ever get on 95 with my YJ, something very bad has happened.
So
And
my
there are
biggest
probably
plus
cop cars behind me.
Mine's getting closer and closer to being just a trail rig only. I feel like maybe I'm just one big dent away from doing it. Like one roll over, lay it on the side or something like
Caving in
that.
your hardtop.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a hard time. Just caving in the door or something along those lines. Because my thing is, it's still really, I don't want to say pretty, but it's still in really good condition. Like the body panels are all still pretty straight
Yep.
or are straight. Um, it still looks good, so it could still be drive it down the highway, and it still drive down the highway okay. We've
Yeah.
drove around Tennessee and did just fine, but I'm looking at full hydraulic steering. I'm going to do coilovers, so it's starting to get deep.
Is hydro something that you're allowed to drive on the street in Indiana?
Not well. I think Indiana you probably could because Indiana's really lax on their laws.
Do you guys have state
But I don't.
inspections?
We do not, and thank
Okay.
God because my vehicle I drive back and forth to work every day would not pass, and I would be worse off than what you were on your last state exam.
I just had to go through that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not going to happen.
It cost me
Like
a
you're talking
pretty
about ball joints
$400.
with the tie rod end or something like that. It's like shit. Mine's been like wobbling, and
Yeah.
the sway bar links are shot, and the tires aren't wearing evenly.
Yeah.
Just keep running and throw another cheap $200 set of tires on it when it comes time.
Exactly. Yeah, don't fix the root cause. Just keep changing tires. It'll be fine.
Just keep putting tires on it. That's right. That's right. Hell, I think really all it probably needs is an alignment, but I'm afraid to go get an alignment. You're probably going to tell me I need to replace all this other stuff.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
$1,200 car, man. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Shit. Well, is there any light on the horizon? Has the service manager reached out to you and say we're gonna have an answer by this time at this point?
No, no. I am working with the Ford customer rep, and he's supposed to be doing the legwork for us, like contacting the dealer once a week and
Okay.
checking for updates, see where they're at, stuff like that. But he's only doing it once. He's only contacting me once a week too. So he contacted me last Thursday, sent me an email, said, "Hey, I called Chad and left him a voicemail, and we're just waiting on a response." Well, here it is. Wednesday night. I think it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. No. What is today?
Today is Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night. The following week, and we still haven't heard anything. So the holidays is kind of throwing a wrench in it right now.
The period we're in, nobody does anything.
Right.
This is the week that does not exist. Yeah, you're off all week. This week does not exist to most people.
Yes. Yeah. So we are in a bad time. Like he left him a message last Thursday. As far as I know, he's never responded. Now, is this Ford rep going to call again tomorrow and leave another voice message?
Yeah.
I actually think I might drive down there tomorrow just to say, "Hey, what's up? We got any new news?" and not wait on the Ford rep guy. So maybe tomorrow night I'll have another update. I'm going to try to do, hopefully I get some information, because these weekly updates that I'm starting to do on YouTube aren't going to be very good when I only have a 1-minute video that says, "Hey, no new news this week."
You might as well make them the YouTube shorts instead of actual posts. Do them vertical.
Well, yeah, but that means I have to hit it in one try, though. So,
you can do it.
oh shit! I think it took me longer to set the camera up in the seat and try to get it onto a wall where there's nothing behind me and all that than it took me to record the video this past time. So
yeah, I feel you, dude.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Get me like right now. I'm watching you, and you've got you're nice and dark in there. You've got your backdrop, and here I got a door behind me. I don't have a good room for recording.
You also got to keep in mind I've been doing this for a long time.
This is true.
And I have spent the amount of money that you spent getting your Bronco, I have in camera equipment and other peripheral shit that I will never ever fucking use.
So you may be, jealous of me for having a Bronco, but I am totally jealous of the camera equipment that you've got and things like that. So
Exactly, a little
like
give and
you'll
take.
exactly. Everybody has their what they're willing to spend money on. You won't do it on nice cars. You'll do it on shit boxes and camera equipment.
Exactly, and fucking $4,000 in screen printing equipment that I haven't touched in 2 years. So
Oh,
go me.
it's not going to go away. That's the
Yeah,
same technology is always used. So
yeah, that's true.
we
I'm
fire
just a
back.
terrific business owner, so I don't know what you want from me. All right, dude. Well, thank you for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. I know you're enjoying family time and it's weeknight, and thank you for bending to my very erratic schedule. That's my biggest
No,
issue with having guests on the podcast is that I can say we'll do it on this day, and then something else happens, and then my work schedule is all fucking up and down and blah blah blah. But thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
hey, I
Um,
appreciate you having me
where can people find you on social media?
on. I've been laxing pretty bad, but Eight Lug Productions on Instagram. I do have an Eight Lug Productions Facebook page that I am not active hardly at all on that one. And then Eight Lug Productions on YouTube.
Okay, I will find all of those links. I will put them in the show notes so you guys can check them out. And yeah, do you have anything you want to add? Any
Don't
shout outs?
don't,
Any sponsors?
uh,
Any YouTube sponsors?
no, I don't think so.
No.
No hate mail on buying a Ford.
All right.
No,
Well, thank you.
I do have some collabs, I guess, or at least one for sure. Crawler Off
Yes,
Road.
for sure,
There's some
dude.
guys out of Michigan. Great recovery gear, super awesome people. Crawler Off Road, check them out. But other than that, no, those are the guys that's really kind of helped me out in the past on some stuff. So give them a shout.
Awesome. Absolutely. I will make sure I put their stuff in the show notes. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Make sure you check back. We are going to have Jeremy back on when his Bronco is back. We're going to get the full story. So thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for the next one.